Good morning, everyone. So, today we are going to study the topic capacitors. It's a very important topic. You will find this being mentioned right in your secondary, higher secondary, and also in the graduation. There are many important applications of capacitors. So, let us discuss that. So, capacitor is basically used to store electrical energy. Okay, this is the main function of capacitor. But the question over here is, how does this electrical energy get stored? Now, the answer to this depends on your structure. In order to understand how does it get stored, we need to get into the structure of the capacitor. There are multiple kinds of capacitors based on the structure of it, right? So, let us see the parallel plate capacitor. It's the most common type to understand the functioning of the capacitor in academics. We are going to pick up the parallel plate capacitor. All right. So, in order to understand the structure, let us first understand a little small mathematical expression that you have studied in your previous classes. In capacitors, you know that the charge has a very important role to play. Just give me a minute, I'll just remove it. So, basically, this charge has a very important role to play. Just remove the entire thing. Like I was talking about, let us understand it through the mathematical expression first, which you have already studied in your previous classes. C is equal to Q by V. So the C over here is nothing but the capacitance. It's not capacitor, but the property of capacitor, which is called as capacitance. Now, this capacitance basically defines your ability to store the charges. Higher the capacitance, higher the charge storage, right? Energy. Now let us understand these two key terms. It depends on Q, which is the charge. What kind of charge? Not important. This is V, obviously the voltage that you apply from outside. If you want to store energy, you need to apply voltage, right? According to the law of conservation of energy. It's not going to get formed on your own. Energy can neither be destroyed nor be created. Therefore, you need to apply external energy to store internal energy in the capacitor. We will also discuss what kind of how does this get energy, in what form does this get stored inside it. So we'll discuss that. Right now, let us come back to the structure. Just give me a minute. Let me just do this line. So we are going to discuss about what kind of let us come back to the parallel plate capacitor. Now, if you make it something looks like this. This is my one plate. Let me just make it again. This doesn't look good. This is my, okay, this is not looking good. Let's make this again. Let us make the structure of the parallel plate capacitor. It looks like this. This is first plate, this is second plate. Now, what I want to do is, according to this formula, I want charges here. So what I will do is, I will apply some voltage in the conductor. Otherwise, this is conductor 1 and this is conductor 2. What happens that in this conductor, there are multiple charges, maybe randomly associated, randomly distributed, positive, negative. But what I want is, I want equal and opposite charges on both the plates. This is extremely important. Equal and opposite charges. So what I do is, I apply the external voltage. So I connect a wire here and then I connect a battery here. So what will happen according to the electrostatic law? If this is my positive terminal, this is negative. This positive will attract all the negative charges on this plate. So ultimately, all the negative charges will get concentrated on this plate, which is conductor 1. And on the conductor 2, again, according to the electrostatic laws, you'll find negative charge attracting the positive charges. So here, all the positives will get concentrated. And like we talked about a condition that they will be equal and opposite. So my Q1 will be equal to Q2, but one will be negative, another will be positive. However, in magnitude, they will be equal, right? Now, what happens here is there is the creation of electric field as they will start from positive to negative side. Let me just represent it from the positive, the red thing. This is positive, this is positive, like this. Okay, so this is the electric field that has got created between the two plates because of the equal and opposite charges. Now, what happens is that let us understand a little more about the electric field before we understand about the energy storage. If you remember from the previous classes, how are voltage and electric field related? So V is equal to E dot B. Electric field is a way to store electrical energy. How? Let us understand that. Now, if you carefully notice this pattern over here, let me show you this again. If you carefully notice this pattern over here, you will find it's kind of polarization here. Starting from like positive charges are on one side, negative charges are on the other side. So this is kind of a polarization. Like negative is here, positive is here. This is polarization. As I've already discussed this in my previous video, you can check it from there. Now this pattern is storing the electrical energy as it is creating a potential difference. If this is negative, this is positive, there is a potential difference between the two. So there is V. So electric field is a small component of the entire voltage or the potential difference. Now, do you know why do we call this as potential difference? Just look at this structure here, or maybe just look at the above structure over here. There is a potential difference between the two. There is all positive charges and there is all negative charges. So this is creating a potential difference between the charges. Okay, so this is a small component of this voltage. And this potential difference is a kind of energy that we have internally got. However, we had applied another potential difference here. Okay. So now, do you know, I hope you understood that how is this energy getting stored up till here. But it's a good structure, but we will usually study that there is a dielectric always associated with the capacitance. Now, point is that why do we need dielectric? In the previous structure, we have not taken dielectric. Still, the capacitor has become. So, we want to increase the ability of the capacitor to increase the energy. Therefore, we use dielectric because we want to increase the ability. And how do we define this ability to store energy? Now let us go back to the first formula that I had told you. Look at it here. This C is equal to Q by V, and this is the capacitance. So this capacitance is the ability to store energy. So basically we want to increase the capacitance. The entire idea of using the dielectric is to increase the capacitance. Right. So how does this happen is the question. Let us see. This again, answer to this depends on the structure of it. Now let us understand this. Capacitor with a dielectric in between the two plates. How does this work? How does this increase the capacitance? Now let me create one here. Right. This is a dielectric. Okay. I'll write it here. This is dielectric battery. So over here, when I had applied the voltages, you already are aware that the charges had become concentrated. This is positive and this is negative. So over here we have all the negative charges. And over here we have all the positive charges selected. Now what will happen is that when I put this dielectric inside this electric field, like I had shown you above in the above example, just take a look here. This is all electric field over here. Now in this electric field I have put a dielectric material. So this dielectric material is already experiencing some voltage. So voltage is a kind of force. So when I apply a voltage on a dielectric, what happens? It undergoes polarization. That's the most important understanding from here. So what it is going to do, I have an in detail video expressed on the polarization. You can check it in the playlist. So according to this polarization, there are tiny dipoles that get formed in the process, like negative, positive. This is a small tiny dipole here. Now let's come back to this diagram. So there will be some tiny dipoles. Why? This negative charge is going to attract all the positive charges in this dielectric. So there will be small negative, small negative, small negative. But, and this positive charge, sorry, this is going to be positive, positive and positive. And this over here is positively charged. This is going to attract the negative. So this is negative, negative and negative. So they're the tiny dipoles that are forming here. Positive, negative. And if you notice carefully, they are all perfectly aligned. That's the beauty of applying the voltage. They're in perfect alignment. If I would not apply the voltage, they will be in random directions. That will not serve us the purpose. Now, if I take a closer look at this dielectric, you will find that there is a small electric field formed inside this dipole, positive to negative. Now, there are two electric fields. One, this one. This is, let's call it as E1, and let's call the net combined electric field of these tiny dipoles as E2. Now, the net electric field of this capacitor will be equal to E1 minus E2. So naturally, this electric field is going to decrease. Now let us go back to our small mathematical formula, which is C is equal to Q by V. Now, when this electric field is going to decrease, the voltage which naturally is going to decrease because V is equal to E dot D. E is decreasing, V will also decrease. Now, C is inversely proportional to V. Therefore, the capacitance will increase, and that was our entire purpose, to increase the capacitance. So according to this, it will increase. Further, if you want to understand it through this charge Q, you can still understand this. Let us again write this formula and see what is happening in terms of Q. Let's say this is C is equal to Q by V. Now, when I didn't have the dielectric, I had these fixed charges, negative here, positive here. Now, when I have inserted a dielectric material inside the plates of these two conductors, what do I have? I have got more charges. So this charge is increasing, right? So this is C is directly proportional to Q. Naturally, again, C will increase. Now, this is again serving our entire purpose, and this was our entire purpose, to increase the dielectric, to increase the capacitance value. So that was it for today. Thank you so much.